Predictions. I wanted to ask you both about Arsenal, and I know we spoke about it last night at large on the Full Fan Highlight Show, Mo. And I think it's absolutely right that Arsenal's performances in the last two games, starting lineups, and individual performances have been called out. I want to start this segment off with the premise that I know I have, and I know you have, categorically ripped into them for these performances, and we all understand why. The question is, do you think there has been an overreaction from a particular group of Arsenal fans? And again, let me premise this. I'm not talking about Arsenal fans that don't like their squad. I'm not talking about Arsenal fans that have predicted a bad season. And I'm not talking about Arsenal fans who have never been or years ago fell out with the idea of Arteta and have wanted him gone. Those individuals have every right to sit here now and say, I knew this would happen. I'm talking about the Arsenal fans who predicted winning the title this year, who 3 weeks ago were talking about, wow, look how amazing our squad and manager is. We've gone through this period of red cards and injuries, and we're near the top of the league and unbeaten in the Champions League. For lots of them last night to be talking about, I don't know how we get out of this rut. Maybe we shouldn't have stuck with this manager. The season is over already. Do you think some Arsenal fans have massively overreacted to two poor performances back to back, where one of them has resulted in a victory and they're still yet to concede in the Champions League this year? Do you think it's an overreaction, or do you understand where these particular Arsenal fans are coming from?
I completely understand where people are coming from, because I said it. The team didn't win the league last season. This is the last season, the last try for Arteta to win the league or the Champions League. Context in it. The problem is, this was supposed to be a continuation of the amazing and a brilliant form that Arsenal had after the Dubai trip last season. They were supposed to start this season with a continuation of last season. Arsenal don't have a Man City experience. Arsenal don't have a Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola has a history of, I can start like this. I can have a completely different way of playing to the season before and still make it right at the end. Arteta finally found the right way of playing football at the end of last season. Arsenal used to be amazing last season. I remember Arsenal used to score the first, go for the second. I feel Arteta's too cautious. Arsenal fans are panicking, rightfully so, because they want to see their team go to the form that they loved last season at the end of the season. Context, of course, circumstances, the red cards, not having Saka, which is we're going to talk about in a bit, how he is one of the MVPs of this league, the most valuable player in this league, Bukayo Saka. But I see Arsenal fans panicking, and I understand them. If this was my team, I'll be panicking too, because I'm expecting Arsenal to be the same as last season, to have a chance of winning the league this season against Pep Guardiola. We know that Pep Guardiola at the end will win 16, 17 games in a row like he did last season. It's not about being Arteta out. There is no way, and there is no reason for anyone to be Arteta out now, by the way. It's October. You're not going to change the manager today. So stop saying that, oh my God, this manager is this. Wait until the end of the season and judge it. But there is a reason why they have to panic, Terry. The performances are not good. He's too cautious. At home yesterday, I don't think there's excuses for him at home yesterday to be as defensive as he was in the second half, to concede position against a mediocre Shakhtar team yesterday. He did it against Bournemouth. He played good 10 minutes in the beginning, and then he reverted to be a little bit cautious, and then the record happened. The problem is, these performances need to be fixed. Yes, against Leicester and Southampton, and even in these teams, he fell behind. Even in this game, one of them fell behind, and one of the other one, Leicester brought it back to 2-2, if I'm not mistaken. This Liverpool game, Newcastle game, and Chelsea game is about now putting a statement out. As he said himself, he said, trust me, we will be flying against Liverpool. I'm taking you for your word, Mikel Arteta. I don't want to be sitting here in January and February and handing City and doing content with you or Sam or my channel when City winning 5 in a row, bro. I'm not about that life. I need Arsenal to get better. I need Arteta to go on a run and play good football. I see the panic. I'm all for it. Arsenal fans are panicking. He needs to start. It doesn't matter who he starts, Terry. I'm going to hand it to Hussam. I need Arsenal to be the team that played at the end of last season. Or even the team that were on control, and Hussam called them boring in the beginning of last season. Boring Arsenal, but in control, not leaving it to chances. Not leaving it to chances. They're leaving it to chances. Yesterday, Raya doesn't save, 1-1. The guy, the ball doesn't hit his shoulder, 1-1. It's too much of a chance. Stamp your authority, take control of games, revert back to the Arteta of last season, bro. What is this new Arteta? I'm defensive, I'm cautious, bro. What is this new Arteta, bro? Stop it, bro. Just go back. You have good...
Shakhtar Donetsk is a team that Arsenal should be beating 3-0 even without Saka. They should be dominating the ball, dominating the chances, having a much higher XG, destroying them. And the way that game ended yesterday, I was like, Arsenal are playing like shit here. They are. Arsenal are not playing well at all. And I think in order for Arsenal to improve, they need a little bit of risk taking. They need to take risks. And I think there isn't enough risk taking in the team. I do agree now. Once and for all, you see why I always back Bukayo Saka in the Foden debate or in the Palmer debate or in the whoever debate. Because Arsenal are not the same without Bukayo Saka. He's their chance creator. He's the guy that scores goals. He's the guy that does everything. Now, these last two games have shown the importance of Bukayo Saka. The reason why the warning signs are there for Shakhtar Donetsk is the following. When it comes to the Shakhtar game, you expect someone with Arsenal's quality, regardless whether Saka's there or not, to perform at a high level. Like, I'm tuning into the game and I'm doing a watch along and I'm thinking, okay, Arsenal here gonna win 3-0, gonna win 4-0, gonna destroy Shakhtar Donetsk, you know, go into Liverpool with a win in their hands and stuff like this. The fact that David Raya had to make a save from Pedrinho at the end to stop it from being 2-0 to 1-1 in the end of the game. This is bad signs, massive bad signs. And performances do matter. I remember what you said at the start of the stream, Terry, with the performances and the results. Performances do matter. They performed like crap even though they won. That's just the truth of the matter.
Yeah, look listen, I think that... So I could hear a voice, a man's voice.
Me too. See me. Same here.
No, it's something my kids are listening to on an iPad. I was like, who the hell's that geezer in my house? It's not. It's on their iPad. So look, I think it's on some kids thing. Probably Blippy. But I think, like, I get where you're all coming from. The bit that's frustrating me, again, people that have doubted Arsenal, people that don't rate them, people that don't think Arteta is a good manager, I have no qualms with them being frustrated or even potentially gloating at this particular moment. I don't actually think any debates have been finalized. And I mean that in the sense of one of the reasons why, if I remove myself as a rival, take everything else out of the equation, this season, one of the reasons why I'd love him to either win it or not win it, just in terms of either way, is to, and then maybe he leaves if he doesn't win, is to end the debate as to whether or not Arteta is good enough to win Arsenal, good enough right now in his career to win Arsenal a major trophy again. Because everybody likes to jump on the bandwagon and say, I was right too early. And what I mean by that is, I knew he wouldn't. I've heard some people tweet and I've seen some TikToks where I told you guys he would foul this season. He hasn't fouled yet. He might foul, but he hasn't fouled yet. Equally, if they beat Liverpool this weekend and play well, you get the other side of the argument, go, so I told you he's the man. Well, you don't know that either yet. Yes, you both kind of made your feelings clear, but the answer isn't in. And I don't like the way everybody tries to, well, I've always been right about him. Well, no, you haven't. You haven't. You know, I've got a good friend of mine who always says in our group chat, our friend group chat, I always told you this guy wouldn't achieve anything for us. I'm like, yeah, but you also told us that he wouldn't last more than a year. You also told us that when he got rid of Aubameyang, it would fall apart. You also told us that he would never get you into the Champions League. You also said you'd never be in a title race. When you made it into the title race, Phil, you also told us that he wouldn't repeat it. Yes, your overarching opinion he wouldn't win the Premier League is still true, but all the other elements of your prediction have already been proven as wrong. And I'm just a little bit, looking at the Arsenal fan base debating this, I find it really sort of weird. It's like every other week, because of a victory or a loss, they're claiming victory over a debate that hasn't fucking ended yet. We haven't got to the end of the road yet to see whether or not it's true, just in football in general. But it's these fans that do this flip-flopping. So if you're someone like me who thinks that results and performances need to be discussed in tandem, there are some games where you don't care about the performance. You know what I'm saying? Cup games are very much like that. You just want to win them. When I go away to Anfield, I don't care if we're the best team or the worst team there. I just want to win the football match. But some people pick and choose when performances matter and when results matter as a cornerstone of their footballing opinion. So you'll see people week in, week out go, but where's the performances? Where's the performances? Where's the sustainability? And then the team starts doing that, and maybe they don't get some of the right results, and they go, but football is a results business only. We now need the results. But then when you get results and you don't play well, you start moaning about the sustainability of it. And I feel like if you're going to be polarized on either of those subjects, at least fucking stick to it. At least stop chopping and changing every 5 minutes on those stances. That's the element that I find frustrating. But on Arsenal,